What's up, my name is Kiahonfire and welcome back to Conan Exiles. Today I'm doing a video on the lorestones / touchstones, whatever you like to call them. They are pieces of lore that are hidden around the Conan Exiles map, and I thought I would wrap a guide up for the latest ones, etc. Tie them all up in a nice bundle so you can go and find them and listen to the stories yourself out on the run. But this video will be showing you all the locations where they can be located at. And of course our very first one is going to be the one you actually spawn next to when you load into the game. There are several of these all over the map, so these are always at the bottom of each highway. There are several highways that are spawn points that are quite identical, and pretty much you'll be looking for this lorestone right here. Our next lorestone is by the broken bridge just off of spawn. It's up here with some angry imps and a ghost, so this one right here will give you a different piece of lore. You can find this area here on the map, right on my lorestone right here, so just on the edge of this bridge up the top. My next lorestone is right across from the other side of the bridge, funny enough. There is one here also that you can go and click on. It is a blue one, short and stubby, and this is kind of the area you're looking for. Minus the Yog Towers, because they probably won't be there unless you're unofficial and you have somebody with a Yog Tower. So on the other side of the bridge right here on my player marker you can find another lorestone. This one is a water lorestone, pretty much by the two sentinels. If we're to look at the sentinels and look away from them to the left, if we dive in the water from the middle island, you can then find the lorestone. You can find this location right here on the map where my player marker is, and the lorestone. That is the next location for one. Our next lorestone is by the Dafari camp. If we go into this structure here, a massive room that enters into the dregs, and take a right, there is another very large lorestone up here. You might need to jump up to click it, but that is another location for one. And then just before I show you a map reference, you actually need to go into the dregs dungeon just in the entrance to grab another lorestone. So if we're to sacrifice another person here, just on that lorestone, the door shall open and we can get access to our next lorestone. So in we go. You won't have to do the full dungeon. All you need to do is just come out the entrance and grab this blue tablet right here and click select on it. So for map reference, if we come into the corner of the map right here, you can see by Skulker's End, the dregs right here, there are two lorestones you can find for yourself. Now if we shimmy our way up the map a little bit, there is now another lorestone at the top of the Albino Bat Tower. This location is right here. You can see there are actually two of them, but they are both the same one, just on each side. There you can select these glowing tablets. They are easily missed since they look like they're part of the architecture. You can find this spot right by my lorestone right here, on my player marker as well, by the Tower of the Bat symbol or the Cursed Way. If you see either of those, you know you're close by. Our next location on the map is this big camp of hungry cannibals. If we turn around and go up the stairs, and then at the top of the stairs, if we take a left, you will find another lorestone you can click on. This location is right here on the map. It isn't very hard to miss since the summoning place is the only place with these really loud drums. Our next stone might be something of a triple stone whammy. So we start off at the top of the pit. There is one right at the back of the structure. You can see here is another touchstone. So that's right here on the map by the sinkhole in between this little area in the desert near Raiders Ridge. And that is the first of our whammy. If we now continue down here, you have the choice. You can go through the arena's entrance, which is here, the arena's entrance. You can go through and you go all the way in that way. Or you can do it the very ballsy way of jumping on one of the pins and sliding your way down. There is actually a couple in there that you will need to pick up if you are brave enough, I say. You can actually climb your way in and out of this place without dying. But you have to be very good with your key timings, otherwise you will go splat like a pancake. So now we've made our way in here. We can now have a look. There should be a very dusty one right here, this big red plate that is covered by the purple mist that you can grab. Now if you go past the dragon recipes there, you go past this guy, not as close as I'm going past him because that's just risky business. You can grab another lorestone right on the other end here. It's a green one surrounded in ghosts, and it will give you some good information. Now, if you were to go through the arena entrance, this would be the entrance you take in and out. However, this is a good idea to visit the front of the arena entrance as well, since this will also have another LORESTONE for you, so let me just speed up time. You see, if we come out the door, straight in the entrance way of this area, there is also another stone here that you can click on that will give you entirely different lore. So make sure you get all of these checkpoints to get all the lore, and just for a last map reference here, there's the last one. They're very hard to miss because they're on either side, just like that, in one big line. So you should have an easy time getting them unless the dragon interferes with you. Our next LORESTONE is slightly more towards the jungle in a region like this. You can see this big outspanned area near the greenery. It's slightly in the sand bit, and then there's another LORESTONE right here. If you come to my player marker on the map, you'll be sure to find it. It isn't really near anything but dry falls. Now if we go a little bit further into this zone, you will see another LORESTONE. Now this one is highly guarded by sand beasts, so you have to be very careful because they will eat you, and they hurt a lot. But here it is anyway, just by the temple. And you can see by my player marker right here, it's right on the map where I am located right now. Our next LORESTONE is in the jungle. There isn't many LORESTONEs in the jungle at all, and this one is on a roadway into a crevice. You can find this LORESTONE right here, a nice big blue one. So if you're to look at the jungle, zoom in a little bit, you'll find we're on this sand path right here, and that's where you can find your LORESTONE. Now we'll move on to our next set of LORESTONEs, and it is in the Unnamed City, which is a very dangerous spot to be in. This one is right behind the albino bat boss, this big ass tablet right here to his left by his chest, so the area is very enclosed in the aviary. So if we look at the Unnamed City right here, we zoom in a little bit, you can see in this little cup area and in the middle of the bowl, there is the LORESTONE. If we come here to our next location, if we look around and you see the big flaming giant over there, and you find this purple door. If you come towards the purple door, you can find another LORESTONE. So that's right here on the map by the Citadel of the Triumphant. You can see there is a LORESTONE and my player marker. However, this is not the only one. You could also go and get the exact same one on the other side of the door. So depending on your predicament, it might be better to go and get the other one in comparison to getting that one, or you can grab both, whatever floats your boat really. Now if we shift our way along underneath this big tiled bridge, there is another LORESTONE here in the rubble of the corner. So if we look upon our map, this is here. Do not mistake it for the top part, it is definitely the bottom bit here, near the slave pits. Make sure you get that right, otherwise you'll end up on top instead of underneath. Our next LORESTONE can be located near the archway on one of the entrances to the Unnamed City, so one of these entrances with the guards. You can run by and get this one, it's not too hard to grab, so this one here. So if we look upon our map, we can see just by the Dawn Gate, there is another LORESTONE just on the other side. Our next one is on our way out, just up this staircase here to the top bridge part. There is another LORESTONE. It's lent against this piece here, and it is another green tablet. So if we look on the map right here, you can see the chute just leading up right here to the wall. You can see the LORESTONE right here that you can grab. Our next one, we will need to scuttle our way to the Gassy Ponds. It's quite a nice one to find because it's out on its own without anything interfering it. So there's this one right here, another big green tablet. So if you wish to find this one, it's right on this big line here by my player stone. And that leads us to shuffle our way up into the Tundra Zone, where there is another one by the Circle of Swords. It's laying down, easy to miss, so make sure you look out for that red glow and be careful with the wolves. So if we look at our map over here by the Circle of Swords, you can see the LORESTONE right on the end of this bit. If you remember the Circle of Swords from earlier when we were looking at LORESTONEs, there is also one on the actual other side that I forgot about to tell you about. But it's actually over here, so you can pick up this one as well while you're at the same location from earlier. So to double check that on the map, you can see, again, Circle of Swords just up from the other one, right here on my player marker. Moving on to my next place for a LORESTONE is heading into the Highlands from the Sands. This place is this little LORESTONE here. Sometimes it can be a little bit fiddly to pick it up. You might want to stand on it, but if you do, you can grab this LORESTONE. So if we view our map, you can see right on the end of the ruins of Old Nebtu, you can see the LORESTONE right here. There is aloe soup just here as well. I do recommend grabbing that on your way. On to our next location we go, another one of these high up areas just above the highlands zone. You can see another lorestone sitting up here tall and mighty that you can actually grab. It's another blue one. So if we peek on our map, you can see right here, just from the other one, it is over on this one instead, and you can grab it right here. Now if we move over from here into the water under the broken bridge, a good hot spot here, you can jump into the water, and lo and behold, you can find an actual another one near the piece in the middle, an underwater green hidden one. If we pop on our map, we can scroll in and see that's right by the breach. Now we've got that, we can toodle our way over into the ruins in the middle of the island, in the middle of the water. This is near a statue, and there is a orangey yellow one that you could pick up. So if we look on the map, you can see right here on the end of the island of the Sanctuary Ruins, you can get another lorestone. Now if we go over to New Asgard, if we look around, there is a pond nearby, and there is another lorestone that is very well hidden against the rock face that you can grab. So if we check our map, you can see I'm standing right here near New Asgard and Desert Watch. I'm right in between. Move over from there and you'll find our very next lorestone. This one is very sneaky because it's so small that you can miss it very, very easily. So keep an eye out for the mammoths nearby and this certain cliff near the snow. You'll find this lorestone right here, a very diddy little one. If we check our map reference, we look in here, you can see me and my player marker near the Nordhof. Our next lorestone is another one of those sneaky ones that is in the corner just below Leon's Watch. So Leon's Watch is just there. If you scooch just below, there's one laying against the cliff face right there. So if we check out our map, you can see Leon's Watch there and my lorestone just below it. Coming over to here, a nice base location is another talking stone. Inside that building is a good base location, and here is the stone on the edge of the cliff. So if we check our map out, we can see right here is my player marker, and here near the Great Dam is that actual lorestone. Move up from there and you got some climbing to do. On top of this building, near the same area on the tower just across, is this other lorestone you can grab. You can see in the orange, it's right here. So if we look on the map, you can see my mark right there. Again, it's just across from the other one, but you will have to climb for this one, unlike the other one. And then if we're to move even further up, and just along near the staircase that takes you to the jungle, there's actually another lorestone on the edge here. So if we check our map out, you can see again here is the lorestone area. You can grab it near Binyak and Seal, just below though on the lower cliff side. So don't do no climbing, it's just up here and there should be a staircase up to it. If we move on from there near the icy cold snow by this camp here, you should be able to find another lorestone that is very broken off looking. This lorestone can be located here near the Meltwater Crag, so just by the side of that, watch out for the angry people at that camp. Now we'll be moving into the cold and slippery areas of the north, where we will find a lot of lorestones, so our first one being this one. It is quite a climb or a parkour, but I'm sure you'll be able to get up there and grab that lorestone. And just over from that location is another very sneaky one that might be a little bit more easier to access. Is this one hidden under this iceberg right here, just in the corner, very small and sneaky. So if we check it out on the map, you can see we're not far from the other one, it's just over on the other side on this kind of indent here. Next one we're looking for is by the obelisk in the Black Keep, so in this kind of area on the first junction. There's another stone you can find in the corner. This lorestone could be found right here, so just amongst here, go along the bridge and then come and grab this stone. And speaking of bridges, that's actually our next location on the middle part here is another lorestone that you can't miss right here. So if we check it out, here we go, here's the big bridge, and there is the lorestone. Now if we make our way up from the Black Keep just by the entrance way, if you took a right instead of going inside, there is another lorestone that you can find with a skeleton guard next to it. It's going to be another orange one you can grab. So if we check it out right here, you can see the lorestone near the Black Keep entrance, and that's how you're going to find it. From there we can move on to much higher peaks, so right at the rooftops of the Black Keep. So literally on this top bit here, the little white bit is where the lorestone is located. And from there you will have to go all the way west in the north to actually grab this last one that is right on the top of the Piccadilly peaks of the very high zone. So if we look on my map, you can see right here, right on the end of this little structure here, before you get to the Temple of Frost, is that Lorestone. And now we move on to another one of the less common passageways up into the volcano, is this one. But if you do take this way, you will be able to find yourself a Lorestone, so it is worth giving it a go. So if we look at our map right here, you can see my Lorestone is right by my player on this kind of little bit of ice that is interrupting into the volcano. But that's pretty much all the Lorestones at the moment that you can find. This includes the Lemurian Lorestone and the Giant King Lorestone that you can look and read from. I've been thinking about maybe doing some reading on the Conan Exiles lore, etc. I don't know if you guys would be into that. Let me know in the comments down below if you would be. And perhaps maybe I can do a read through of all of these Lorestones as well, if you perhaps just want to listen to the story in one big go, instead of segmented pieces. But anyway, let me know in the comments, and thank you for watching, I love you, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye!